So many things that we're excited about doing, Laura. It's such a change of pace from the job I do, 9 to 5, 10 months out of the year. Looking for something exciting to do on my hiatus. I don't get that off. I don't get offered that many period pieces. And then once I started digging in there and finding out, when Gail Ann Hurd's name's attached to it, Glenn Morgan's name's attached to it. It's Amazon, Aaron Mahnke, checking out the podcast, checking him out, seeing the following. Then I opened up the script and I actually looked at it and saw the different ways that they were going to tell the story. I found that really interesting. It's like a television show for people that have ADD. It's like, if you're not following us along this way, here, we'll do some illustrations for you. Oh, and here's some black and white footage, photographs, and and there's some live actors doing some things. I'm not making fun because it's actually really, really neat. And you're going, this is cool. So it took me out of my Scorpion world. And I was lucky. I had like 5 or 6 projects to do on my past hiatus, and this kicked it off and just totally took me out of that, which is great. I got to get out of.
Kind of shake it off.
Yeah, I'm an actor. I like being different people.
And can you talk a little bit about your character and what was it exactly when you read the script?
Have you guys seen it?
I've seen like bits and pieces.
Okay. Well, I just need to know so I can tell you.
Yeah. And like, what is it exactly that latched on to you when you read it from the script?
Well, I play a reverend in the 1840s. So you wrap your head around what the 1840s were like. He loves his wife. She dies unexpectedly. She's older. He remarries. He's got a widow that he remarries. She has 2 kids. They relocate to Connecticut. They have a beautiful mansion in Connecticut. He's a very well-regarded guy. And he hears about these seances that are coming around. And there's a lot of question about actually talking to people in the afterlife. And is it possible? And if you believe in the afterlife. And how that corresponds to his faith and his belief. That was really, really interesting to me. And the actual evolution of the seances and how they were going, and people were duping people. But he earnestly wants to go in there and he wants to find his wife and see if he can't tell her he loves her one last time, because she dies unexpectedly. And she was sick, but that feeling of you wanting to communicate one more time, and that was intriguing to me. That was, the hook, because my dad's dead, and that's fairly recent, like 3 years ago, and I just did the Long Island medium recently, and I had never experienced being with a medium and didn't really know much about it. And to sit with somebody and they can connect with this other realm or world that's out there, and who am I to say if it exists or not? None of us know for sure. So that uncertainty of maybe it's a real thing, maybe it's not. That's what I think is appealing. When I was growing up, there's all sorts of stories about when I was in high school and stuff, like, I guess it's your parents maybe that tell you about the high school couple making out, and you're back at Lover's Lane. And of course, we had a Lover's Lane when I was there. You'd go and you'd be with your girlfriend and you'd be steaming up the windows. And you're complete, and then all of a sudden, what was that? What was that? Your mind just goes, right? And of course I think the folklore for that one is the guy that was hanging from the tree and scraping the back window or something. I don't know.
Hook.
Yeah, that was it. Right?
Yeah, that's what
So
my
you
dad
hear
told
all that
me.
stuff and you're going like, where did that come from? And I think that's what Aaron's got going that's so appealing is somebody started these things. Are they based in fact or did just somebody start those things? Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The one that came out when I was young. That's a scary fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
That's Super 8 low budget quality. And as a matter of fact, Gail's movie, Terminator, the original. That movie has a low budge feel to it that's all it's actually scarier than the big budget movie that I did. And there's that, I don't know, the aesthetic I think of that. But you know, it's a great pedigree to be involved with. Gail and Aaron and Glenn and Amazon. I like to be a part of groundbreaking technology.
Storytelling.
Right?
Yeah.
Storytelling. So it had its allure, and I'm excited to do it. And I think they're going to tell some great stories. The cool thing too is, think about this. Let me plant this seed. Because these are new stories, and even though they don't have a regular cast, they could bring me back again for another season as a different guy.
Like American Horror Story.
I'm going to pitch that idea to somebody.
Definitely.
It's a great idea. Why don't you ask one of them? Say, Robert Patrick suggested that he's actually a part of your ensemble now, and he expects to be invited back every season to do another character.
Sounds good.
See how that goes over.
I was just curious, what happens to you when you walk out on the floor at Comic-Con? Like, what
I
kind of
get a
reactions?
lot of nice friends and people that have supported me over the years saying, "Hi, can I get a picture?" And it's a great question. It's a delayed gratification for them that we are here together at the same time. Because you got to remember, they saw me in their movie theater wherever they grew up,
Kids, yeah.
and that's their first impression of me. And then to actually cross paths would be like if we were on Broadway seeing a play and you waited by the stage door to meet your favorite actor. It's that kind of thing, but it's happening, you know, years down the line.
Awesome.
That's what I like in it too.
There we go. Pitched it.
There's not a lot of acting involved with that. Who knows? Who knows?
What are some of the talents that you have admired over the years and never had the opportunity of working with, but still looking forward to possibly working with them in the near future?
Some of the talented artists and people that
That you would love to work with,
Oh
that you
God,
haven't
there's
had
so
to.
many, man.
Yeah.
There are so many people out there, Jesus. And I've been very fortunate to work with a lot of great people, but there's so many people out there. I would love to work with. Oh my God,
Like one that just like pops in your mind.
Anthony Hopkins would be a guy I would love
Definitely.
to work
That'd be
with.
great.
I mean,
You
you know,
and
I
Anthony
would
in the
love to
same
work
film.
with him. There's so many wonderful, wonderful, talented people out there. And geez, directors. I mean,
I'm also curious.
so many people.
I don't know if you've heard recently, but of course the new Terminator installment film
Yeah.
is supposed to be taking place
Yeah.
right after Judgment Day. What are
Sure.
your thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's a great idea. I think it's fantastic for the franchise that Jim Cameron is the one that's doing it,
Right, exactly.
because he's the guy. I mean, if you look at the movies in that franchise, Terminator, Terminator 2, those are the movies that I think embody the franchise the best. No disrespect to anybody in any of the other movies.
Right.
to follow. But I think Jim's the common denominator, and him being involved, at least as a producer, is going to bring it back a little bit more towards, what we had going in T2. But I think it's fantastic. I'm excited for everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much.